Alright boys, it's going to be a quick little video on why chatgpt, it can't actually think, but it just knows English and has a broad understanding of it. So basically, I had this problem, right? I had to, let's just remove this. I had to make this in binary to convert to this, and this in binary convert to this with a static set of instructions, just bitwise instructions. No if statements, no compares, no nothing like that, right? And I asked ChatGPT. Let's just go to the top. Well, a sequence of bitwise instructions that will convert this to this, this to this. Exact same bitwise instructions must be used for both inputs. Now, it tried to use exclusive OR and, which is quite a weird combo. Basically, final result here was correct for the first one, but for the second one, it was wrong. Okay? And I asked, is the AND necessary? Because I'll give you a little rundown, alright? A bitwise AND, let's say we're doing this and this. That would equal that, because this is a filter for this. So if it's a 1, the bit can pass through. Alright, if it's a 1, the bit can pass through. If it's a 0, the bit's always going to be 0. 1, this 1 and this 1 has to equal 1, or else it's going to be 0. That's why it's an AND. If 1 and 1, then it'll equal 1, otherwise it's 0. But I like to think of it as a filter. So if we do it like this, you can probably see a bit better that these two have to be 1 for this. And so that was a bit confusing, because you really don't need to use AND in this situation, because AND is, you just don't use it for this. Like, you didn't have to, you could use the exclusive OR to filter out bits. You don't really need the AND for this, for these two numbers. You don't need to use AND, by the, just, I don't know how to say it correctly, but anyway. And also, in here, if you see the result of the exclusive OR, which I should probably explain, if you have this exclusive OR this, then it will equal that. So if these two are different, then it's 1. If these two are the same, it's 0. Alright, so if I change the last two bits to 0, it would still equal, still be correct. That's basically what it does. And the result was always less than the AND, or the filter. And if it's always less than the filter, then there's no point of the filter. There's, like, the filter never does anything if you look at it. It's always, the final result always equals the result. This AND instruction is completely useless. So there are so many bad signs in this. And it was only using exclusive OR, which is impossible to do. Like, you cannot solve this with just exclusive OR if you just look at it, because XOR, it just flips bits, basically. It flips them. Like, you can't actually, you just can't solve it, alright? Really having trouble saying what I actually want to say. Is the and necessary? It was still wrong, but the and was not necessary. I correct it. Not quite what I wanted. And then it gives me two different instructions. It's all with this, it's all with this. Those are different. I don't want that. So I tell it I want the bitwise instructions to be the exact same. Then it makes them the exact same and it's wrong. And then I tell it the result is not correct. And then it's wrong. Look, I want it to be 0, 1, 1, 1, and it just cannot handle it. It's got no idea what to do. And then I looked at this and I was like, okay, here we go. Maybe we got a chance. And then you look at it and you realize, and with 110, result 101. That's impossible. Same with this. And with 0110, result is bigger. What's up with that? And then I say, how do you and something with that and get that? And then it's like, oh, my apologies. Now the result's the same for both. But I was like, now number 2 is incorrect again. And then I tell it to check over its answers. Now this time, it looked promising. It almost got me. Then I realized this. Okay, let's just emulate the instructions, alright? And then this. That will equal that. Then if you AND it with that will equal 0, 1, 0, 1. That it actually miscalculated the bitwise instructions. I told it that. Then it just gets it wrong. It keeps getting it wrong. How do you end up with this and get this? I don't know, bro. It's a filter. You can't. Can it be done? I just asked, can it be done? And it just gives me this again. I'm asking, can it be done? It's a yes or no. It's not. Stop doing what you've done for the past 7 times. You keep getting it wrong, bro. I'm like, this does not work. He keeps trying. No. That's just not how it works. And then I say, I'll replace you, basically. And then it doesn't seem to mind too much. Because it's like, not bothered at this point. I'm like, one more time, bro. One more time. And then it's like, no. Look at this. And 1101, result 0111. How? How are you getting these results, mate? And I was like, okay, maybe it's got a problem with assembly instructions. Maybe. Rather than C, it's got an if statement. And then what? And then this is completely wrong. Because looking at this, if you XOR something with itself, it'll equal 0. So mask2 will equal 0, which means it's filtering out everything, which means the result's always going to be 0. Because mask2 is AND instruction. So I didn't even have to run this. Like, you can just look at it and be like, oh, doesn't work. One more time, and it's just useless. It's useless. There's no point. So I did it myself. And then I looked at it. I was like, what are the differences? What are the similarities? The differences is the first bit. So, and then I was like, okay. Then the differences is also this on the answers side. So, and then I was like, oh, but it's reverse. So if you XOR with this, and it'll reverse this bit. So let's do the XOR instruction first. It'll be why is this so hard? That. Okay, and this. So now they've kind of swapped, because flip the bits with an XOR instruction like this. Then you do I like to call it shred, but it's really bit shift to the right twice. What that means is basically you shift everything to the right. So the two inputs will equal wait, what? This and that. See how we've shifted everything to the right and replaced the empty spots with zeros? That's what it does. Should also put this below. And now, for the final step, we actually don't need to do this last one. We OR it with 0, 1, 0, 0. Which means, basically, we set this bit to 1 no matter what. Just doesn't matter. So then it will equal 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. And that is the result that I wanted. Now, you might be like, well, what's this proving? It's proving that ChatGPT can't actually think. It cannot reason. It has no logic. It just knows English. That's it. Just knows English. I looked at this for like 30 seconds and figured out this. But this AI, which has like thousands of GPUs training it, just has no idea what to do. Probably because it hasn't seen a problem like this before. But it clearly knows what exclusive OR is. It clearly knows what AND is. Clearly knows how to write C. It clearly knows everything. But it can't piece it together without seeing how to piece it together first. It cannot create new ideas. It cannot, it can't invent. It can only do what's previously done at this point. And that's really annoying. Because what if you do have a problem like this? You just have to figure it out yourself, honestly. What if you had a harder one? What if it was harder, like this? No, I won't do that. Converts to is that the same amount of bits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. That is the same amount. Wow, I'm crazy. Alright. See if we can do it. ChatGPT could not do 4 bits. So let's see if I can do 12. Is it 12? 1, 2, 3, 4. 10, 11, 12. That's it. Wait. Okay, now that's right. So what was I doing? Yep. Now this is gonna be hard. Now the differences and similarities. Am I seeing it? Okay, first we do this. That flips the first bit. Actually, I've got no idea. Got no idea.